Okay, hello my kako. How's it everybody? My name is Ka'imi Na'awal. I'm from the island of Oahu in Hawaii, from a little place on the northeast side called Kahana Bay.
My name is Karima Lems Dowdy, and I'm originally from Evanston, Illinois, born and raised just north of Chicago, and I've been living in Honolulu since January of 2019.
My name is Manu Pons. I'm from Aiea, Kailua, but where I call home is wherever my mom is.
My name is Emmett Rainier Isidore Charles. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Hi, my name is Priya Honda. I'm from the Bay Area, which is also known as Ohlone Territory, and I currently live in New York, which is Lenape Territory.
My name is Lenny, I'm 32. I'm currently based in New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been here about 9 years, and they know where I'm from. I guess I'm from America, Africa, Europe, everywhere.
I'm speaking English. Do I look English? I don't. Because we speak English and we think in English, our oppressor's language, we are incapable of even thinking of free thought until we master our original languages.
Having the language behind us and in us is really just who we are.
Do you feel more empowered that you speak your language?
Not really more empowered, it's just more of an understanding of where we come from.
You know, to like those little wins, to rise up out of that stuff. You know, to still, you know, for fortunate places to still have your language, your culture. See, that's a blessing.
I am full Filipino, but I grew up in Hawaii, raised by my Filipino grandma. We entered kindergarten like knowing Ilocano and then also English. But as we started to go into school and like they wanted us to fully be like immersed in English and be American. So like over the years, like till this day, like I can't really speak Ilocano anymore, or like I hear certain things that are familiar, and the only person that would talk to me has passed away. So now that I've like started spreading out to the mainland, I'm definitely starting to see those effects of like what happened with like my Ilocano. Like my vocabulary in Hawaiian isn't as vast as it used to be. I'm not really using it anymore, and I'm not as confident in it. But you know what I had to like come to a consensus with myself and be kind is that I know what I know, and I can share and teach what I know.
Being somebody who's mixed with many different backgrounds, I don't even really know what I would consider my land, my language, my culture at this point. Like my dad's family, like I said, is from Algeria. That's sort of the most direct connection since he was born and raised there, and my whole family's still over there. But then on the other side, my maternal grandfather was born and raised in Holland. And so that's part of my story too. I've been there a few times, but I don't really feel like that's my land. I was born and raised in Evanston, Illinois, and that feels like home, but I'm not an indigenous person from there. So it's really just a constant negotiation of where is mine and where is somebody else's, but then where do I fit in and where do I not fit in? And it's something that's constantly negotiated, and just have to realize like where I stand depending on where I am in the world, and like my power and privilege changes depending on the spaces I inhabit. So yeah, there are a lot of barriers. There's all the barriers that physically keep me from places. There's all of the political barriers. There's the colonial barriers throughout history. You know, the only reason my grandfather ended up in the United States was because he was a political prisoner during World War II, and was, you know, freed by the Americans and came to the US after that. So kind of think of like how all these ancestors ended up in the place where I was born and what that meant as far as the barriers they faced, and now what I hold, what the responsibility I hold because of that.
The idea of home is so tied to identity. So thinking about where I'm from and who I am is a work that I've had to do as a youth going into an adult, rather than having it from grandparents or great-grandparents or ancestors or things like that. So it's definitely affected me, I think, pretty negatively at first, but I've definitely found solace and strength in the work that I've done so far.
It made it a bit challenging, like coming up, to really identify with something other than just being black.
Right.
But
what's specifically yours?
right. But now, I mean, I don't feel like I'm hindered or impacted in a negative way now that I got more knowledge of myself and, you know, really embracing the whole story, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was painful, but fuck, we still here.
We're still here.
We still here, we still
Something's
thriving.
been passed down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We as people need to take a stand for what we believe, and that's why we're here.
We know as Hawaiian people, we want to practice and live aloha, which to me is charity, which is the pure love of Christ, and unconditional love. Yeah. So it's difficult to say exactly how it's affected each one of us, but for me, yeah, when I think deep and I ponder on it really long, it's painful, but I can overcome the hurt by believing that Akua has something good for all of us.
As far as like personally, I remember back in 2010, me and my family and 6 other families in Kahana were just trying to get evicted from Kahana Bay. And
Why?
development. People wanted to build there. Kahana Bay is like the last living state park, and you kind of get all the way out to that side of the island, and you know it doesn't look like Waikiki, Honolulu. It's not built. So I think it's just one of those things where you're trying to attract more visitors to come out there. So I was a senior, and I remember us getting the eviction notice, and we started doing, you know, getting as much people as we could together for a little rally, and just to stop it, you know, because it's here, you know, this entity, the system is again trying to displace people. And you know what was really scary about it was, personally, like for me, that was us. I could have been without a home, and I was scared, you know.
In a sense, we don't seem to matter as much as like what they want to happen, like for the telescope, for example. And yeah.
And I think slowly we're just losing ourselves, and I just think that's really sad. And to see like the kupuna down there, it's just really heartwarming to see what they'll do to fight for us.
My family is from Punjab, which is where the partition of Pakistan and India happened. So like with that partition, you know, I think you're having a land separate, and you're also having its people separate from where they grew up, from their languages, from their culture, because of the separation and this partition. I also think the industrial complex, you know, being around a lot of like machinery, technology, convenience stores, I think has taken away my relationship from the land, and I think many folks' relationship with the land. I think there was a time where we had our own sovereignty with land, from getting like our own food and learning how to listen to the land and obtain that food. But now with colonization and the industrial complex, it's been taken away and given to us in their form. So, you know, if you want to buy apples, you have to buy it according to their way. If you want to buy bananas, you have to buy it according to their way. So I definitely think modern day technology and colonization has created an impact that's separated me personally from how I relate with the land and language and culture.